guys? DD Quad here, back again, bringing you my Week 2 matchup of the CPC-D League. This time facing off against Acshy, coach of the Sweden Swallows? Question mark? I don't remember his team name. Maybe it's the Age of Slashes? Not important. Anyway, to kind of frame up this match, this one's really important, especially in Week 2, where Acshy is in my division as well, so we're both playing for a very important divisional matchup. We both came off Week 1 wins, so we definitely don't want to be losing our Week 2. However, the really important part of this match is the fact that this is probably one of 3 matches I'll probably play Acshy in this season, especially because my division is extremely strong and very competitive, and I think all 3 of the people could honestly make playoffs. So, being that you already play your division twice, there's a great chance I could see them again in playoffs. I have to play them a 3rd time. So, this is a very kind of scary match. You don't want to reveal too much. I'm not really going to go too deep into team building, and I really didn't bring too much crazy things either. I really want to save them. I was okay losing the first game, and actually I almost forfeited this game just due to finals and kind of the college life that I was trying to wrap up for the school year. So that's kind of my mindset. I didn't want to bring anything too crazy, and honestly I was almost about to forfeit, but last second Acshy was able to come on, and we were able to get our battle done in real quick. So that being said, that's kind of just my mindset coming in. I don't want to reveal anything too crazy. I only had one kind of quote-unquote heat set, only one thing that I really thought was really creative and something unique. Just to, if I had, with my team, it's so momentum-based that if I had the opportunity to win, I was going to go for it. If not, I was okay just taking the L, kind of scouting him out. And when I was looking at his team, I actually was pretty spot on when I was predicting what I thought he could bring. So going over his team preview, I was expecting AV Delmise to kind of check my Lando I. I was expecting Piloswine with Stealth Rocks and Ice Shard to kind of be the offensive check to Lando. And I personally was expecting AV Metagross maybe to help kind of check Lando because he could live a hit. It would also kind of help check Coco. Expecting defensive Zapdos for Gallade. I was split on defensive and an offensive Lando I. was expecting maybe a Z move this round just because my team is susceptible to Z moves. I think they're a really good move, and I think definitely something to look out for. And then Mega Gardevoir I thought was just a surefire bet just because Mega Gardevoir is such a great wall breaker for my team. So, kind of going to my team real quick, I'm not really going to anything too detailed. No, I'm going to be discreet. That's the word. Okay, anyway, wow, we're rambling. It's only been like, what, 2 minutes maybe? Woo. Okay, just going to run through my team real quick. So I have leftovers, U-turn, Lando I. I have offensive Gallade, U-turn Coco, Stealth Rocks Ferrothorn, defensive Toxapex with Baneful Bunker. And then I just have standard Wish Pass, Umbreon, just kind of fill in the team. So again, like I said, I wasn't really going for anything too crazy this round. I just wanted to really just scout him out, use my mons to really just check out what he wanted to bring against me, and that way, hopefully, it matches 2 and potentially matches 3 against Acshy. I was going to be ready. So let's just go ahead and hop into the game. I think I've pretty much summed it all up. So looking at leads for my team, I was kind of thinking Gallade would be a great pick just because Piloswine was looking really scary as a lead, potentially to try to get up rocks early against me just because I have Coco, who kind of wants the Volt Turn and U-turn around a lot. Also figured maybe Lando I would be a potential lead, so I figured Ice Punch would also kind of just weaken that off and really open the door for my electric type to really just start spamming strong electric moves. So that's why I lead off with Gallade. And as we're going to see here, he's going to go ahead and lead off with Delmise. So predicting a Shadow Claw, I'm going to go out into Toxapex and try and get that chip damage on him, because I figured he would not have any form of recovery. So any damage on him, it's on him for the game. Expecting him to maybe want to go out to Gardevoir or Zapdos, I'm going to go out to Coco, but he's going to predict that and go out to Piloswine. So I'm going to go ahead and U-turn out, as he's probably just going to set up with Stealth Rocks. I'm going to make a safe switch out into Ferrothorn, and now I'm going to take the opportunity to set up my own rocks. He's going to go out into Zapdos and try to pressure me out. I'm expecting a Heat Wave, or maybe even electric move, so I'm going to go out into Umbreon, who can pretty much eat it up. And it's another substitute flying piece of... It's even worse this time because he has pressure. However, he's going to do me a huge favor. He's going to go ahead and Toxic my Umbreon, which now gives me the opportunity to synchronize it back onto him. So I'm going to start trying to breaking up his subs, which is kind of really hard this game because, unlike the Charizard last time, the pressure will start whittling down my foul play usage. So I really got to be careful as I'm able to finally break a sub on 2, which is really unfortunate. Now, seeing that he just went for Discharge, I didn't think he was going to have an Ice move, so I'm going to go out in the Lando I, as he's going to predict that, or maybe just wanted to get a free switch in on my Umbreon. He's going to go out in the Gardevoir. Now, I figured he wasn't going to go for HP Fire this turn just because Lando I is such a huge threat. So I'm going to U-turn out, go into Ferrothorn, and we'll be able to easily eat up the Hyper Voice, doing literally just 20%. That's chump change. So I'm going to go for Protect, just going to scout the HP Fire or Focus Blast. He's going to go into Delmise. Now again, kind of predicting maybe a rapid spin to get rid of my rocks. I'm going to go out into Toxapex as he's going to go for the anchor shot, trying to trap my Ferrothorn. So now that he has me trapped, I'm thinking maybe now he'll go for rocks, thinking I can't really do much, or spin, sorry. So I'm going to go for a Baneful Bunker. Unfortunately, he's doing a good play. He's going to switch on the Piloswine. I'm just going to try and get another free switch into Ferrothorn, just kind of eating up the Earthquake. And now I should have gone for Protect. We'll pause that turn real quick. I was expecting him to switch out, not wanting to take a Gyro Ball or a Power Whip from my Ferrothorn. So I went for Leech Seeds here, trying to get back up some HP. But unfortunately, he's going to reveal the Superpower. I almost went for Protect. I should have just kind of get more HP back, but I figured Leech Seed would be more helpful in the long run because I didn't anticipate him to go on the Delmise. But unfortunately, Acshy makes a really good play there, reveals the Superpower, and is able to remove my Ferrothorn, which is unfortunate, but not a huge play here. So I just want to kind of explain my thought process and why I didn't go for Protect. So I'm going to whittle him down, get him down to 64%, which is great. Just one more Stealth Rock switch and a couple of things can take care of him. I'm going to go on the Gallade, predicting, again, we'll explain my thought process here. So I go on to a Gallade against this Piloswine. I'll go back a turn too. Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to frame this well. Whittle him, he defeats me, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm going to go on the Gallade. And now I figure Piloswine's such a huge threat, there's no way he's going to keep that in. So I figured he's going to go into Lando Y or he's going to try to go into Delmise. So that's why I'm going to make this knockoff play, as you're going to soon see. And I'll be able to knock off a Yachi Berry against Lando Y. Now this is really great. It kind of reveals to me that he's maybe a more offensive spread and gets him down to 61%. So at that point I feel comfortable just going for a nice punch and removing Lando Y, which is a huge threat for Gallade, now able to sweep. So now kind of predicting some sort of offensive move, maybe Zen Headbutt. I'm going to go into Umbreon. He's going to be able to take me down to about 10%, so I'm pretty much dead at this point, and his Metagross reveals to be a Life Orb, which is great, because now he's just getting whittled down faster and faster, and kind of can get range into Koko even better. So at this point, I kind of have two plays I can make. I can either just completely sack off Umbreon, or I can go into Toxapex and get even more with Rocky Helmet. I end up sacking Umbreon, but you're going to see that kind of hurts me, where I could have used that extra Rocky Helmet damage. But I just really figured he would go for an Earthquake. I felt there's no reason for him not to go for Earthquake here, expecting Toxapex, and also it was just safer, especially because I had the Rocky Helmet. So I'm going to go ahead and stay in, and I'm going to get 10% more off on him, as he's going to go for the medium mash. Yep. Sorry, he's going to get the +1 boost. No big deal. I'm going to go on to Lando Y. I figure I can force him out, and he's going to go on the Delmise, which at this point, after taking Rocky Helmets and Stealth Rocks, is going to be down to 24%. Or 18, sorry, and I'm going to be able to just U-turn out of there and keep momentum and keep the Piloswine off the field because it's such a huge threat and I'm really struggling to switch into it. So at this point, I calc the damage on Metagross because I figured, okay, at this point he's no longer max HP. So I calc the damage and I'm like, okay, Knockoff can kill that range. I figured Knockoff can kill that range. I should be able to just get rid of him now. Unfortunately, I did not consider the fact that maybe he did have HP investment, so that's why I'm going to stay in here. I'm going to go for a knockoff. And I'm going to take the knockoff damage all the way down to 7%. Now, had I gone into Toxapex earlier in that Meteor Mash on Umbreon, that wouldn't have been an issue, because now he has me really low. And now, expecting a Bullet Punch to try and get me into Ice Shard range, he's going to go for it, and Toxapex is going to be able to get off another kill this season, which is great. Now, he's going to go on the Gardevoir. I figured at this point, I can sack this thing. I'm just going to go for a Liquidation. And unfortunately, I live, but I get a crit on him, which really sucks. Depending on his investment, that could have been a bit of a roll, but I don't think it was close enough. I think max I could have done with my investment was 40. So unfortunately, that last 5% is really unfortunate. At the same time, I think I pretty much had this game under lock once I weakened the Gardevoir even more because he couldn't switch out any longer. But again, really unfortunate there. Now, in comes Zapdos, and I'm expecting him to want to go for a substitute, figuring he can get a free sub up on Toxapex. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal the Ice Beam, as he's going to substitute down. And luckily, I have enough investment as well to break it. 50% of the time, I think, is the amount of investment I ended up putting in. So now, expecting either a Discharge or a Roost, I'm going to go on the Lando Y. He's going to reveal the Roost. So now, I'm thinking, I don't want to get a free switch into Piloswine, expecting an Earth Power, or expecting something to hit Zapdos hard. So he's going to stay in, unfortunately, and just Toxic me. So now I've kind of wasted the opportunity. And I figure at this point, maybe he's thinking I'll go for it again, try and get him, and I'm just going to go for the HP Ice. And that's going to get him just low enough to where he can no longer sub. And Toxic's now whittled him down to the point that he's at 4%. So I can again U-turn out, save some differential, and go ahead and go out into Gallade, who can, at this point, just live on Ice Shard and just finish off with a close combat. And unfortunately, there's no crit. and down goes the piloswine. So that's another 4-0, back-to-back 4-0 victories. Really excited how the game went. Acshy was kind of talking about earlier how he felt like he made a misplayed with the earthquake on Gallade, which I didn't really touch on during the game. I kind of glossed over it, but had he gone for Meteor Mash, he would have put me in range of Ice Shard. However, I think at the percentage I had piloswine down to, thanks to ultimately the Iron Barbs, is what did it for me. Put him down into a range where one more Stealth Rock switching would have put him into range of a Grass Knot on Coco, depending on his investment. I think it's highly unlikely he had much special events, but if he did, maybe it was a roll at that point. I think he was down to about 50, and I think 60 would have been the high roll. So I think we were okay, but we don't really know because he didn't get to that point. But I think Earthquake was his best play because I really thought about going to Toxapex to try will him down. And if I had done the calculations correctly and had I given Metagross HP investment, I wouldn't have stayed in on him because I know how important Gallade was in beating piloswine. So just because it was a guarantee, unlike risking it with Coco, who I wasn't completely sure on yet. So I think he made his best play. Had I calculated a little bit differently, I would have switched out. So it definitely was his best play, and I think I got a little lucky there. And that's kind of the trend of the season. But let's keep riding it. I feel really good about matchup now. I really understand what he wants to bring, and I think next time we can really bring some heat sets and we can really just finish off this division. So I'm really excited. We're 1-0 in division, 2-0 overall, and we're off to a really great start with a +8 differential. So that's kind of it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I don't know if this really matter, but you can do them. That'd be really cool. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was fun. Yeah. Okay. Peace. Again. Whatever. Bye. Just get out of here. Skedaddle.